Yes, so there are two dimensions now. One is that people would have talent, and the other is that um, they would maybe not have as much as of a talent, but they would be hardworking and so on. Is my voice clear now, or still have some problem? From my side, it looks fine now, but I don't know if you guys can hear me properly or not. Please keep
Yes,
me.
we can hear you.
We can hear
Beautiful,
you.
beautiful, beautiful. So apologies for that. Yeah, so one side is talent, and the other side is hard work. So now you will have to think on your own, like what do you value? How do you look at it? When you don't have a talent for something, do you think that you can improve yourself by working hard on something, or is it that you feel that you don't have talent for something, so you cannot compete with those people who have talent? Of course, maybe it can be difficult to compete with them if they are talented and hardworking both. Then of course it is difficult to catch them. But if someone is talented and they don't work hard, what I have seen, the little I have seen, and you can agree or disagree, that is fine, but I've seen that people are talented but they don't put that much of a work, that much of an effort on something. Like even last week, we were doing artificial intelligence, and there were friends who got maybe 3 or 4, and I know a little more effort, and they would have gotten 5. But they just maybe did not, they could not, or there were some family situations or whatever. For those reasons, they could not maybe get the 5 which they could have, if if you ask me. On the other hand, there are many friends who maybe got 5, and they are maybe not 5, but they put a lot of effort. They tried to do all the activities on time and so on. So so hard work and versus talent, that is a debate which keeps on going. So look into the material, what experts say, and what do you think about that. um, and uh, and please pay attention to this point. It's important, I think. It's your belief system. What do you believe? That is very important, generally in life, and of course in change management. What do you believe? If you believe that you you don't have talent, but with hard work you can compete, then you can compete. If you believe that with hard work you cannot compete, then you will not be able to compete. In other words, if you think that you can create the change in yourself, please pay attention, and you can motivate others to bring change. If you think that, if you believe that, then you will be able to find some success. On the other hand, if you don't believe, if you think, oh, change is hard and I won't be able to do it, and this and that, then you won't be able to do it. This is what it is. So as Melissa is saying, believing is half of the success. Beautiful, Melissa. We are on the same page. Your belief system is very important, very important. And I would like to go a little bit deep into this. And what I would like to say is that what happens with the psychology when you believe in something, like when you believe that you can do it. If you believe that you can top in your university, you are in school, you are in university, if you believe that you can top in your university, what happens after that? When you have that belief, then you work differently. You are positive, you have good vibes, you think you can do it. Your mindset changes. As our friend is saying, you stop making excuses. Yeah. Well, yes. You you can achieve it, so it gives you that energy. It releases those hormones in your body which says that, oh, I just need to put a little bit of effort and I will be able to do it. Yeah, I will be able to do it. It's no problem. I will be able to do it. Yeah. So you are those type of things in your body releasing, and you will be able to do it. On the other hand, if you think, oh, I'm not going to do it, when you have that type of belief system, I can't do it, it's so hard, I cannot do it, and then people around you also telling you, I cannot do it, I cannot do it, you cannot do it, then you are not working even what you can do, because you have already defeated the battle. Before you are going into the battle of any sort, including change, you have defeated yourself. You are saying, I can't do it. It's not possible. I can't do it. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, even if you can't do something, at least have a positive belief system. At least think that yes, I can do it if I if I pay attention, if I work hard, if I do these things, I can do it. It's not that, but I'm not doing it because of this. That is fine. But the belief system, protect your belief system. Pay attention. Protect your belief system. Your
Yeah, sir,
positive
can I
belief.
add something? Oh, sorry, I didn't forget
it's
to raise
it's
my hand.
very important to protect your belief systems. Yeah, don't let anyone else tell you that, oh, you cannot. Maybe listen to them, see if they are worth listening, listen to what they are saying, listen to what they are saying, evaluate yourself, and from there go towards that. Some friends um, are putting in good point about, for example, perseverance. Yeah, so if you would maybe believe, then you will persevere more, maybe because you think you can do it. Yeah, you think. And then our friends from Hong Kong, welcome, Tiffany. She's saying law of attraction. Well, yes, it is. You believe in law of attraction, or you don't believe in law of attraction, that is different. But definitely all of us have seen that people do attract things in their lives. There is some mechanism behind this. um, and Chan of, okay, they are also, our friends from Hong Kong are participating today, so welcome, welcome. Yes, please go ahead, give your points. Doing.
Okay. Hi everyone. Yes, what you were saying about belief is very profound, and personally,
Mm,
I have experienced the effects of that.
mm,
So, so in two
oh,
regards, one is my ability to achieve. So
mm,
things in the instances where I've struggled with procrastination the most, it's in
mm,
situations where I doubt my own ability to do the thing that I want to do. Take reading, for example.
mm,
Um, I've reinforced the idea that I have I lose attention I or concentration when I'm reading. And
mm,
upon reinforcing that, thinking, I kept reinforcing it, telling people, oh, I'm more of a technical guy. I would rather write
mm,
code than write an essay. And I reinforced that. And
mm,
then now on my master's degree program, I had to do a lot of reading. There's the
mm,
technical bit, but I still had to read and write reports and things like that. And I couldn't escape it. And I had to face
mm,
that fear. So that belief system played a major role in my ability to perform. So much so that it was it was a huge hurdle to cross. Right.
mm.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Excellent point, Doen. Please share with us, like, give us some tips. Those of us who have weak belief systems, or those of us who have, all of us have those type of, including myself. All of us have, those doubting moments, like, oh, I will be able to do it, I will not be able to do it. When we are dealing with those type of challenges, how to deal with them, how to come out of them. Anything you can say on that? That would be, I think, very, very nice and helpful, please.
Okay. Thanks. I'm still working my way to
Of course, of course,
guruhood, so I'm no guru or expert. But
of course.
what I know that has worked for me is to concentrate on those small victories. So I tend
Yeah.
to have this all or nothing view towards achieving things. So it's either I can do it with ease and I'm good at it and I put out quality work, or I'm
Yeah.
just not good enough. And that keeps reinforcing it, and it's a vicious cycle. So I've
Yeah.
learned to focus on breaking what I want to achieve into chunks, being going
Okay.
easy on myself, allowing myself the time to learn in chunks, because the fact that I have difficulty learning or doing something difficult doesn't mean I'm incapable. It just
Beautiful.
means it's something new that I have to learn. And so I'm
Beautiful. Beautiful.
consciously, I heard this funny quote, which is beat yourself with a feather. So it's when you slip up, imagine beating yourself with a feather. You want to punish yourself, but it's soothing strokes, and you learn to go easy on yourself, allow yourself the time to learn, celebrate those small victories, and grow
Celebrate.
from that. Because it's about building back that self-confidence in your own
Beautiful.
abilities.
Beautiful, beautiful, Doyen, beautiful. Really appreciate, and thank you very much for these pointers. Very valuable, just like
Thank you.
yesterday. Thank you very much. So, guys, I have made these notes for myself. Please make your own notes also. Like, for example, Doyen is saying, celebrate small victories. You get some type of achievement, celebrate it a little bit. We have not achieved the target, but we are going to look at it. It's in the management literature. They talk about these type of things. Beating with yourself with the feather. I think that is that is very nice one. Going easy on yourself. I think that is also have goals, have ambitions, have those type of things, but sometimes depending on be a little bit gentle. Being easy does not mean that you are not working hard, you are not putting in, if it is required, you are putting in 16, 17, 18 hours per day. That is fine, that is no problem. But overall, be being easy. And one technique which Dwayne is mentioning, which helped him, is breaking down in chunks and so on. I think that would be nice. This is a picture which I found for you guys. Um, I find it quite interesting what you are saying. Believe in yourself. If you do not, who will? If you will not believe in yourself, who is going to believe in you? So have belief. If anything you are struggling with, everyone has their own challenges in life. You guys must be going different type of things in your life. It is not just this course. You have other things. You have other things in life. Some things good, some things not very good, something challenging. Some All of those things are going. So just have a little bit of a positive outlook. Understand that this is going to be difficult, and everyone has their uh, difficulties. So celebrate your little successes, break it in the chunks, uh, and all of those. And this is, yeah, yes, this is nice, Timo. Your mother is always going to believe in you. Yes, but have believe in yourself. That is, I think, maybe important. But it is easy to say. Sometimes we go in life with situations that we lose faith in ourselves. We lose that. The younger we are, we have different mindset. As we go through life, different experiences, we kind of lose our faith, and so on. And they also say, don't take anything very, this don't take anything personal, and take a little bit easy in life also. So I think those type of things should reflect on. Yes, Luke, go ahead.
Yeah. So I wanted to add a little thing about what you mentioned earlier about limited belief systems, because I think it's good to mention that a lot of our life is lived from the unconscious mind. So there's also a
Yes,
lot of unconscious limited belief systems that we have. So often we see things that we, for example, cannot manage to achieve, And
Yes.
most of them could actually be caused by limited belief systems that are unconscious of ourselves. So if we become
Mhm.
aware of those, we can also, we can actually from then start to change those belief systems about ourselves by, for example, affirmations, visualizations, and to just get rid of those limited belief systems. So I think that will help a lot of people because it helped me a lot as well. So I would like to just mention that.
Yeah, very nice. Thanks for that. Can you give some type of examples where affirmations and these type of techniques which you are talking about, how did they help you in your personal life? So all of us can, learn from your experiences, please.
Well, I would say that a lot of those things, or actually all of them, have to do with re-identifying yourself. So you see
Mhm.
yourself in some way, and some of those things have been injected through your life from a young age, right? Because due
Yes.
to the till the age of 10, your brain is still on a different brainwave, in the theta brainwave, and this is more of an absorbing kind of wave. So everything that your mom says to you, maybe about yourself, you really identify with that, and when the years go by, you just forget about it, but unconsciously you still identify with that part of you. So yeah, well, if you do affirmations or visualizations before you go to bed, because that's when you dream, you are again in that theta brainwave, also in meditation, and that's where you can really rearrange the way that you look at yourself. So that's how I changed my life a lot. That's how you change your vibrations, and that's really how you attract those things into your
Very
life.
nice. Very nice. Very nice. So all of us should read on these things which our friend Luke is mentioning, vibrations and all of these things are very nice, and link it with yesterday's conversation. Vinod was talking about similar type of things yesterday, and reflect on them, and unconsciously those belief systems are there in our mind as we are growing up. So now it's time to reflect on them. What if they are hindering our performances, if they are impacting our lives in a negative way, then definitely, as Luke is saying, we need to reorganize them, and he gave us some techniques from his own experiences. So we should um, and I think that you should make friends with each other, and you like Luke's point, you engage with him and say, okay, how did you do it? I'm finding this challenge in my life. Why you are being shy or anything? Well, if there is a challenge, there is a challenge, but it is going to remain challenge if you don't work on it. Yeah, so these are, Luke has overcome a couple of things in his life based on what he's telling us. Ask him, how do you do it, how do you vision board, and what works for you, how you law of attraction some friends were talking about, bringing in change in yourself, in someone else. Have conversation with each other also. Thanks very much, Luke, appreciate it. Yes, Summer, please go ahead.
Yes, we talk about the belief actually always, and belief is important to change something, to handle work. But I will look at this point, another point of view. Um, I think that belief is important, yes, but in some fields, um, belief is becomes to mid level. Let's say I give you an example. You want to a singer, or you want to be a professional football player. Yes, you work on it uh, uh, every day, but let's say you train yourself in terms of musical terms. You become um, to you train yourself technical issues in the music, but you don't if you don't have this natural talent, natural voice. Yes, you train yourself in technique, but you can't become let's say good singer, or people not people don't like can not like you, because you don't have this natural voice. Yes, you trained yourself become in terms of technique, but yes.
Yeah, very good. Absolutely correct what you are saying. You have to have some type of capacity, capability in the sense of
Yes, yes.
technicality of the things also. Very good point. I enjoyed your point, Summer, and also the background. Enjoyed the background where you are sitting. What is is it sunset? It is the evening time where you are?
Istanbul.
It is
um,
evening time.
yes, evening.
Oh,
half
beautiful.
past
What a nice.
7 half past 7.
Very nice, lovely, lovely background. So it was good to hear
Thank
you and look at the background. Beautiful, beautiful evening on your side. Enjoy the evening and have a good one. Thanks, thanks, thanks. Yes. So interesting, interesting points there. Yes, Melissa, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I wanna add what Ece said. I agree with Ece, and I wanna say that maybe we should consider also the believing yourself is make things easier, right? I wanna try to say that if the learning of the something will take take precise time, maybe the believing yourself can help the this time decreasing. You know what I'm trying to say? The make things easier, the process easier, I want to say. And also I think that the believing yourself is a key point, the taking responsibility, because preparing your mindset to taking responsibility is also, I think, the more important. And
Yeah.
I wanna add something. When in my personal life, when I think that something is forcing me, and when I thought that I cannot do this, I always trying to remind myself to, when the other people can do this, why can't I do this? So I'm
Mhm.
trying to motivate myself constantly like this.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to change my mindset. I'm trying to change my perspective.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
it helps me a lot in my personal life, in my daily life. It's not like the comparing myself to the others. It's like trying to find something to support myself.
Mhm. Mhm.
And that's all I want to say.
Can you give some example of this, like a real example how you did that? Anything you can
Ah,
share on that?
yeah, yeah. I can give example that when I get the driver license, I failed
Mhm.
once, and because of the I really excited. I really felt excited because before the exam, I really feel relaxed, and I really I were really good. But in the when exam time, I failed, and I said myself, you were really good, and if others can get, why don't you get?
Mhm.
And I'm trying to say myself, this is not a so big deal. The look, everyone can. Why don't you? Because also my I want to add that the funny story, uh, in this time I and my some friends design a autonomous car,
Okay.
autonomous vehicle. Yeah, yeah, trying to design to join the one of the contests, one of the
Okay.
firm's contests. And the teacher said me that if you can trying to designing an autonomous car, you can do this. So why are you trying to get license if you designing an autonomous car? Also, he said. So if something force me, the other thing can easy for me. For you, the something can force you, but the other thing can be easy for you. It's change, I think, the person to person.
Beautiful, very good, Melissa. And let me tell you that what you said has a real impact on some friends sitting in there. Because see, the Wong Tiffany, she has never spoken so far, and we were talking on email also. And she, as listening to you, she raised her hand. So she is going to speak shortly. So you motivated others that if other friends can speak, why Tiffany cannot speak, and why other friends cannot speak. So very good point. Very good point. Yeah. Next one, Mariana, please. And also, you know, the we are talking about belief system and all of this, and this is absolutely correct. But of course, you will have to work hard. It is not that you are just believing and you are not doing anything at all. You will have to do something about it. You will have to work hard. You will have to hustle and everything. But some people say I have not experienced that myself, but I've heard some people say that if you have very strong belief systems, then even without much effort you can gain those type of things. I don't know how true that is or not. Again, it is dependent on the belief system, but anyways, yes, Mariana.
Hello again. What I wanted is actually again to share experience and reflection on the power of the little steps. And I shared in the chat that the whole marketing campaign for this recruitment year of the British Army was actually based on exactly that theme, the little steps, and how we can change ourselves and everything around us, if you will, as well, around with that mindset. And the whole campaign is called Fail, Learn, Win. I just posted the video so that everyone potentially can see if they want it, of course, in their own time. But the whole army of the UK is actually now placing their values and beliefs on the power of the little steps and how important, well, it just shows how important the management of change is also for that well-established for centuries already organization. And yeah, it's this year we already achieved great results with getting a very high quality soldiers enrolled, and it is very well, I would say, deserved from that marketing campaign. I don't think the sound is on though.
I did not turn on the sound. I'm just playing it and
Yeah.
you are speaking. Yes. Yeah, so
And it's
this looks
the little change every day. Yeah.
Mm, mm. This is very good. You know, I like the slogan here: fail, learn, win. Yeah. So
Yeah, and the
uh,
sense of belonging. Yeah.
mm, very good, very good. Fail, learn, win. Fail, learn, win. Yeah, yeah. Very good, very interesting. So please check this out, and you know, other places also have these type of. Thanks for bringing that in, Mariana. Thanks. Yeah. Yes. Tiffany, Hong Kong.
Sir, can I add something?
That
For
is
me,
that is beautiful background, Seema. I'm loving it. Yes, please go ahead.
thank you. I want to add something for Melissa. I think sometimes I need something, someone's sentence like you can. Sometimes it's not enough to believe in myself. For
Mm,
example, Melissa, Ece, and Sinem, we are studying together, in the same university. And before the corona, we were we attend midterms, finals. Before them, we were studying together, and we say each of us, yes, we can do it. We will succeed. Yes, we bite it. But during the corona, we attend the exams on Zoom and telephones, etc. Therefore, we can't be together. You know, there is a title like "Better Together." I think it's more significant thing in our life to be successful.
Mm.
That's all.
Interesting point. Yes, interesting point. So you are saying sometimes belief is not everything. There are other things which need to be added. That is,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
not just believing. And what would be the other things, if you can point them out? What in your experience?
Like what? I couldn't understand.
Yes. So you are saying that just believing is not enough.
No, believing in myself is so own believing not enough. Sometimes I need someone's sentence for me, like you can.
Okay, okay, okay. Encouragement from outside.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. So if you believe in yourself, that is not enough. I should also tell you, Seema, you can do it. Go for it. That type of thing.
yeah. You catch it, you bite it. Like,
Yes, nice, 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 nice. Yeah. So that is why maybe it is important to surround yourself with people who are motivating you, because you will get impacted by what they are saying. Yeah. So this, please reflect on this point, guys. Like, you have to surround yourself with the right type of people and what they are telling you, because it is going to impact you in one way or another. Interesting, interesting. Yes, next one, please.
Hi, Professor. So, actually, I have a different standpoint with Seema. I actually don't like the word believe in yourself, or I don't really like others like encouraging me, because I think it's the cultural difference between Asian and Western,
Yes, yes.
and I think that like when others say that, oh, you can do it, or like believe in yourself, it's others have different expectations on you,
Mm,
and you have to perform very well in order to meet their expectations, and I think
mm,
that this actually would become one of my pressure. Yeah,
mm,
and actually luckily my parents do not have these expectations on me, and they
mm,
always let me freely do my stuff.
mm,
However, I know that like one of my friends, their families have gave them many expectations, and she tried to commit suicide during
mm,
secondary school.
mm,
Yeah,
mm,
and
mm,
actually, I have very deep feelings on this issue, because I've seen his scar on his arm, and
mm,
I think that this actually becomes I think like I understand that sometimes expectations from others might be a motivations, but
mm, mm,
actually for me or maybe other Asian children,
mm,
actually
mm,
sometimes like believing in yourself doesn't really have much encouragement. Just
mm,
for me, I don't know if other students have same thoughts as me,
mm,
but actually I think that sometimes maybe just um, staying with me like silently and do not need to have any like encouragement words. Just let me know that, oh, you will be here when I need some help, then I think it'll be fine. Yeah.
So what is motivating for you? What motivates you in change situations? You don't need other people to tell you, and you don't want. What is, personally speaking, at a personal level, you as Tiffany, what is the driving force for you?
I think it's the expectation on myself instead of others' expectation on me.
Beautiful,
Because
beautiful.
yeah, like self-improvement, it's
Yes.
yeah, larger than like others' expectation.
Yeah,
Because
very interesting.
yeah, I think that I'll have expectation on myself. For example, oh, I would like to achieve some of the goals, and I would
Interesting.
try my best to do that. And for example, if I want to get good GPA, then I would like revision and go to libraries, and I'll try to sleep late and to use more time to revise. But I try not to like compare myself with others. I just hope to like achieve my own goal instead. But actually, like in Asian countries, many parents like to compare their children with
Yes.
others.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I don't think that this is a good culture, but unfortunately, this is a common norm
Yes.
in Asian country,
Yes.
especially in maybe Hong Kong or Korea. Like
Yes.
this will like pressured. This
Yes.
really makes the whole atmosphere very moody, and it's pressured a lot of children in that environment.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thanks very much, Tiffany, for we learned a lot from you. Thanks very much. I appreciate it. So think, when you are trying to put some type of change in some person, now you have to think where their motivation is coming from. So you heard, one point of view is Seema's point of view, which is perfectly fine, that encouragement from outside also is important, and as not just believing in self. On the other side, you heard another point of view, which is Tiffany just explained it, like, goal setting. She set goal for herself, and she wants to achieve them because she wants to improve herself over a period of time. She maybe is not looking here and there. Of course, she might get influenced by other people also every now and then, but primary focus is on goal setting, self improvement, continuous learning, those type of things. So when you are trying to change someone, you have to understand their personality also, that where they are coming from, what type of, so even in Hong Kong, where Tiffany is coming from, there can be some people who think like Seema. And in Istanbul, where Seema is coming from, there can be some people who think like Tiffany, and so on. So you have to play with these type of things. So we learned a lot from both commentaries. Anyone else want to make some points? And then we can move on to the book.
Can I?
Please go ahead, Sinam.
Hello, all. First of all, I just want to add the same thing what Tiffany said. I don't know how, whether I pronounced it right or not. I just add that change depends on emotion, I guess, because sometimes, as Tiffany mentioned, believe in yourself is come to my mind, an expectation or pressure on my body. And during this whole summer, I sent my CV to so many companies, and they sent me to email, which is, we cannot approve your request, and so things like that. And then I lost my motivation. Like, I cannot be a good engineer, or I cannot be a good employee in future. But then I realized that everybody has different timelines, so we have different options in life. Then I tried to look for other options like entrepreneurship or something different. Then then I increased my emotions. Like, I have happiness, then I start to success again. So I believe that change depends on emotions.
Very nice. Emotions and those type of things, and good story, Sinam has shared some part of her life, that she is applying for jobs and many times we don't get the reply which we are expecting. All of us go through that. It is not just her. I personally speaking, I apply for various type of jobs or stints, and not every time they want me. So that is perfectly fine. Something will work out for both of us. Someone, Sinam is going to find some place which is going to welcome her, and I am also going to find some place which accepts me and everything. So thanks for sharing that that Seema, and everyone who is going through these type of things. See how the Sinam's outlook is very quite positive. She's Some people are not giving her the response which she deserves. That's okay. Some other place will come out, and that is maybe should be the mindset. And on the other hand, Tiffany gave us example that sometimes because of change pressures, when the child is being pressured to change in terms of meeting the expectations of the parents, um, too much expectation that the child, or you know they try to attempt suicide, as Tiffany is giving the example there, and it is real example. It happens. It's not just Hong Kong. Across the world it happens. Wherever you are going to put excessive pressure on someone, if they don't know better, they are going to attempt on their life. Yeah. So it is not just Asia or Hong Kong. These type of things are across the world. In the Caribbean, these things happen. In the US, these things happen. I'm sure you are familiar with European situations. Yes, we can argue that in Finland, for example, there is very little pressure, if any, on the children. But still, these type of things are in the outside world. We see these type of things. Very good. Yes, Dwayne, you want to say something and we move on?
Yes, I wanted to add to what Tiffany said.
Yeah.
Well, not add to it. It's the opposite end of the spectrum. Is
Yes.
when there are times even your own expectations of yourself could be a dangerous thing. And I'm not saying that theoretically. It's happened to me.
Okay.
Um, I had very high expectations of myself,
Uh-huh.
especially when it comes to academic things or climbing in my career.
Hmm.
So whenever it comes time to learn something new, if
Hmm.
it takes me longer than I would like it to take, I start to I start to beat myself up really hard because I I started out thinking myself someone that learns easily, and it's supposed to be something fun,
Yeah.
right? So it shouldn't be this
Yeah.
hard
Yeah.
to learn, but then
Very
it
true.
is. And I'm like, darn it. So in those situations, I've had people come and remind me that, dude, you're
Yeah.
not an average person. You've achieved things before, and you can
Hmm.
do this one too. And
Hmm.
it took those kinds of inputs to pull me
Hmm.
out of whatever funky situation I threw myself in because of the
Hmm.
expectations I had of myself. So
Uh-huh.
it's good to know who we are, and like you said, surround yourself with the people that help you become the better version of yourself. And
Hmm.
of course, learn stuff.
Hmm. Very profound, coming from deep places of Doin's life. Thanks for sharing that with us. I can relate with that, personally speaking, Doin. So we are we are on the same boat. Yeah. So Doin said, and know yourself. Understand yourself, and try to link it with yesterday's conversation and the points Tiffany has made. Also, I think very good points. Techniques for change. Luke mentioned a couple of them. So here they are: positive listing, affirmations, visualization. Luke was mentioning these type of things: reframing, pattern breaking, Seema did not use the terminology, but she was also pointing out to these type of things: pattern breaking, detachment, anchoring, and resource states, and so on. Rational analysis. This is what Dwayne was just talking about a while ago. He did not maybe use the terminology, but this is what he spoke about. Another next model we are going to look at and see what we can learn from it. This model is called Kubler-Ross model, and I'm sure if you are undergraduate student, you must have seen this type of models somewhere along the line. So let's quickly look at that. X is time, y-x is self-esteem. So this is essentially when some grief has hit you, but it is applicable in various type of change situations. So when the changes happen, first you are going to go in the denial mode. I'm going to say, why this happened? Why me? Why all the troubles are coming on my side? This cannot happen. This is not true. All of those things, denial mode. And after that, you become angry. You say, oh my God, I don't like it. All of those things you go through. Then you, in the bargaining stage, you say, oh, somewhere can I come out of this situation? How can I trick this situation? All of those things. When the bargaining fails, you kind of go in the depression mode. You become sad. You can, and in this depression mode, anything can happen. For example, you can maybe are you going to commit suicide or attempt on your life, something like that. You are, or you are going to stay get cut from the society, or just become just go on your own, or go in some bushes or wherever, just cut off or drop the initiative. All those type of things you can maybe in the depression mode. And then eventually, if you are given enough time, look at x-axis, it is time on x-axis. So over a period of time, you might say, okay, I accept the situation, this has happened, okay. Yeah, so this is grief, is linked with Kubler-Ross model is the name, and it's linked with grief. Like when someone, they made this model essentially when people would die, when some loved one would die or pass away, or something like that. This is what this show. They saw the trend: denial, anger, bargaining, depression, acceptance, and then so on. Yeah, but for different people, please pay attention. For different people, x-axis time can be different. So this denial, for me, it can be a week. For you, it can be a day. For next person, it can be 1 minute. For another person, it can be next 5 years that they are in the denial mode, not accepting. So this time factor, they have not established the time factor like year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. No, different people. That is why very important to understand individual people. Yeah. So Dwayne mentioned that, other friends also mentioned that. Yes. So denial. So it's also good to understand this when you are trying to bring some type of changes in other people. You would understand then where they are on this scale. Are they in denial? Are they in anger? Are they in bargaining? Where are they? Because then you will use different techniques, different words to use with them. For example, when someone is angry, you are not going to use the same words when they are maybe in the depression. You have to be very careful when someone is already in depression. They already might have negative thoughts coming in to end their life, and you say something and that would be the last thing, and it is over for them. So that is why it is important to understand where the other person is. When someone is saying something, you listen to them. That's why listening is very important in change situation. Very important. Listening, not preparing your responses to what you are listening. Just listening to, look at the body language, look at the sentiments, look at how they are saying, and then try to evaluate where they are, and then deal with that situation. So very interesting. So but for some other person, and this picture does not mean that you have to go through this thing in the same order as explained. First will be denial, then will be anger, then will be bargaining, then will be depression. No, for different people it will be different. So it can be someone goes in denial and then goes into depression. So in the denial, it does not, don't go angry, don't bargain, just get depressed, and get depressed so much that they end their life. On the other hand, there can be someone who from denial they go to anger, and from anger they go back to denial, and then go to anger, and then go back to denial, and they spend a lot of time just here playing here, denial, anger, denial, anger, denial, anger. And it can be the case that someone becomes angry and they are angry for many years. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say, it's not like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. If you look at deeply, and you look at people's situations, although when you will read the book, this is not how they explain this model. But what would be the nice thing to do? What would be the nice thing to do? Yeah, you are seeing, the picture is telling us that at the end of the day you will have to accept. Well, you don't have to, but it is good that if you accept. Yeah, so that is why it's the spiritually impacted people, they say, well, just accept the situation, just accept, just go in acceptance mode as quickly as possible, so you don't have to go through all this drama up and down in the life, and just accept the situation. Okay, this is what it is, just accept, embrace. But again, it is difficult to say, but to do is easy to say, but to do is difficult. So this is Kubler-Ross model. We just looked at learning curve, and we looked at some techniques looking at Kubler-Ross, and same way we are going to look at around 15, 20 different models and techniques, and try to link it with what we are trying to do, management of change. But most important thing is your participation in the discussion. So yes, Lakshmi, please go ahead. Lakshmi, we cannot hear you. Please go ahead. Very interesting. Somia is saying, but sometimes you actually have people that believe they have no control over their behavior, and as a result, they do not want to consider changing. Yeah? They don't have control, so they don't. They just say that, yes, yeah. Uh, very interesting. Yeah. So different people are going to have different type of reactions to these type of situations. So that would be nice. Yes, Lakshmi, it seems that there is some problem with your audio, so please see if we can fix it, because it's important to have you. I was looking at your reflections, very interesting pointers you had made there, so I'm sure you have interesting things to say on the things we are talking about. But as you fix your audio, we will continue, and you can come whenever you want. Next model we are going to look at is Virginia Satter or satire model. Yeah, we're going to look at this model very quickly. So this model, look at this. X-axis time, y-axis performance. And are you seeing this pattern? Time has a lot of thing to do with change management. Time, all models are somehow reflecting on time. Let's look at this model. Old status quo, the things, the way you are comfortable with your way of doing things, old way of doing things. Status quo, which is a normal in your industry, at your home, in your office, in your organization, wherever it is, your own individually speaking, the way you do things. Yeah, so that is old status quo. And then some foreign element comes. Foreign element comes and inspires you, maybe motivates you, maybe encourages you. Yeah, that type of, any type of foreign element, as Seema was talking about. Yeah, so I was talking about foreign element, someone from outside telling Seema, yes Seema, you can do it, yes you can do it, those type of things. Yeah, affirmations type of, from outside. Or someone is telling, well, if you don't do it, then we are going to take you out of the company. um, so it can be positive, it can be negative, whatever foreign element coming in the situation. And then foreign element comes in, and then there is a chaos, everything up and down. You are used to do things in a certain way, status quo. Foreign element comes, it can be a new boss in your company which you have joined, new boss, new way of doing things. um, it can be me, like you are not used to speak and you just want to sit down and relax, and I'm encouraging you, please participate in discussion, please share your stories, please do this, please do that. Yeah, so foreign element is there, and then what it will, chaos. Oh, should I do it, should I not do it, why should I do it, can I stay with my, comfortable old status quo self, all of those things. And then chaos. And from there, maybe some transforming idea will come, new idea will generate, and then you will integrate it in your practices. Within, you will improve your old status quo for any reason. It can be the reason of self improvement, as Tiffany was explaining, setting goals. It can be, foreign element can be your parents, the other example Tiffany was giving, like, they are forcing that you have to do better than other kids, other children. My friend's kid has scored 95. Why did you get 91? So 91 is a good score. Come on. But because your friend got 95, now you want your children also to get more than 95. Yeah. Understanding, please pay attention. Understanding the individual is very important. Yeah. I was listening to this talk, very interesting. I'm forgetting where it was, but I'm sure you have listened to these type of talks too. And it was saying that, the fish, you have a fish, and you are asking the fish to climb a tree. It is not going to happen. Fish is a fish. It cannot climb the tree. It is going to do the things in the water. You have to put the fish in the water, and then, so that's the same way every human being have their own energies, their own interests, their own passions, their own motivations. You need to understand those motivations, and then using their motivations, you need to inspire them to bring the change. Otherwise, you will be asking them to do things which they just cannot do. They are fish. You are asking a fish to climb a tree. That is not going to happen. And then you are telling the fish, why you cannot climb the tree? It is so simple. Look at the monkey. How quickly monkey can climb the tree. Yeah. Can monkey go deep in the ocean? Yeah, maybe it can, but I think you got the point. So through the integration and practice, deliberate practice, over a period of time, you might get the new status quo. But again, in this, you are in old status quo. foreign element comes, your learning dip goes down, your performance goes down. Recall the things Doane said from he shared his valuable life experiences. Yeah. From there, chaos might come and you might just quit from here, drop out, leave the situation. Yeah. And then, but if that happens, then you will not go in here, integrate and practice and new status quo. You will, of course, not go here. You will just drop out here because of the chaos. You cannot take it. Is it right to do that? Is it wrong to do that? We are not talking about that. We are not talking about that. It is nothing is wrong if someone comes out of the chaos. You have to look at your own self, your own mental situation, your own so many things. Uh, mind. If it is impacting your mental health, because they are different situation. Man, we are talking about change management overall. A different situation if it is impacting your mental state, and you have to evaluate that. What should I stay? Should I? But generally, this is the trend. When you are trying to change towards new status quo, towards new way of doing things, this is a general trend by Virginia Satter, and it is called Virginia Satter model. Yeah, so you can read more on this and so on. Other people look at it a little bit different. Don't get overwhelmed by the shape of models and so on, like this one. So many things in it, and you might say, oh my god, just 5 days we are meeting, and what are the things he is showing us? So don't get worried about these things. You are not being evaluated on these things. There is no exam where I'm going to ask you what is the Weinberg model. So just relax. Yeah. So this is, look at this old status quo. Yeah. So from there, foreign element comes. We spoke about that a while ago. And then you try to reject foreign element. Maybe if you reject, you will come here and you will go back to old status quo. But if you don't reject, then you try to accommodate foreign element in the old model. Yeah. And then so on. Try to transform old model to receive foreign element. New idea, transforming idea. You get? If you cannot transform or incorporate, you go back in the loop here. Just follow the direction and you come back here. But if you can transform, you will try to integrate. If you cannot reintegrate, you will go back in the loop. If you can integrate, you will practice it to master the new idea, and over a period of time, you will master the idea, and that will become your new status quo. Yeah, simple thing. There is nothing hard in it. They've just tried to put different blocks just to make it, easy for you to understand. And then looking at any change situation, you can now evaluate yourself. Where are you exactly on this? Are you trying to reject foreign element right away? Then you are here. Or maybe you are trying to integrate in your new status quo, then you are here. If you cannot integrate for some reason, maybe you don't have the training, maybe you don't have the capacity, maybe you are not getting the type of motivation which is required for you. Yeah. The type of motivation which is required for you. Maybe maybe you are too much dependent on your surroundings, and the people around you are not giving you the positive words. Maybe you are self-driven, but is it just that you are tired now? You're just tired, and I'm going to speak about that in a bit. That is very important. And then these type of basic models, all undergraduate students go through these type of things in their various classes. Maslow's hierarchy of needs. First you have physiological needs, then you have safety needs, then you want to be loved, and you want to belong with some people and so on, then you have your self-esteem needs, and eventually you go to the self-actualization where you meet yourself and you know about yourself and those type of things. So these type of things maybe you would want to uh, reflect on. And then there are many other things in the chapter which they are uh, talking talking about, like what is the nature of the change. You will want to understand that, like what is the nature of the change which you are trying to go through, what are the consequences of the change. If you will take the change, what will happen? If you will not take the change, what will happen? Those type of things. Then if it is an organizational change, then you would want to know the background of the organization. If the organization has gone through some changes in the past, then you would want to know what the successful changes, what were the problems they had, and those type of things. If it is individual change instead of organization, then you will have to think that individually, have you mastered any type of changes in the past? How is your relationship with the change dynamics? Do you get nervous when you are asked to make some changes, or do you feel excited that okay, this is a new opportunity? Remember, we were talking about it when my mentor said, I was sharing yesterday, that he was saying there is no problem, there are only opportunities of growth. There is no problem. Don't use the word problem. Yeah. And then individual, type of individual, what type of individual it is, and we I think we touched on it in a reasonable detail today. What type of individual, what motivates that individual, what they like, what they don't like, those type of things, individual history. Yeah, these type. So that is, these things, maybe 5 things, are going to maybe help us that how to respond, how to give the response to change. Yeah, it's an interesting model, very basic, simple models, uh, but they are quite useful. Another model, let's look at another model, very interesting, very easy, very interesting, very useful. And try to use these type of models in your situations, and maybe in the past you have gone through some change, and see what you can learn. For example, this model, I love this one, very easy. It is Sachin's model of transformative change. Sachin's model of transformative change. It has 3 steps. 3 steps. Yeah. Step number 1. So Sachin is saying that whenever in the change situation, first you need to unfreeze. Yeah, unfreeze. Yeah. And the last stage, let's look at the last stage is refreeze. You refreeze. And in the middle, you learn new concepts and new meanings for old concepts. So let me break it down for you. So in the Sachin is saying that in the first stage you unfreeze, you detach yourself from the past. Yeah, detach yourself from the past. Yeah. Unfreeze yourself. Yeah. Get rid of whatever you were doing in the past. That is past, that is gone. You get rid of that. First thing. So when you are in on the change journey, first thing according to Sachin, unfreeze. Get rid of the past. For example, you are trying to break up with some romantic interest. Yeah, just an example. So you in unfreezing stage, first stage is unfreezing. What would you do in unfreezing? Take out their numbers, unfriend them from Facebook and social media, delete their number, those pictures, those letters, all those things, just delete everything, unfreezing, detach. Yeah, yeah. Do that. Yeah. And then stage 2, learn new concept. Yeah, learn. Try to reflect on what happened, what went wrong, what did I do right, what did I do wrong, where was I wrong, what mistake I made. Because you need to, it is very easy to target the other person that they did this wrong, they did this, but you need to spend time with yourself. What did I do? I must also have made some mistake. What are the things I should not have done? Those type of learning time. Yeah, learn about that, learn about yourself. Yeah, uh, private time you need. In this time you cannot have the associations, because first you need to unfreeze. Yeah? And then you are learning about yourself, about the situation, and then refreeze. Then before you move on to the, for example, next relationship, you need your time to refreeze the new things which you have learned about yourself. And so this is how the change will happen. Yeah, for example, in an organization you are going through some type of change. First you unfreeze, create the motivation to change. Why change? This is what we spoke about it yesterday, this question, why change, why change. That why change is going to bring the motivation of change. Why? Yeah? Of course there will be discomfort. Yeah? Anxiety, guilt, psychological, you're not feeling safe. What will happen? Will I find someone else again? I have this person, will I find some other one again? How many years I have spent with this person, where those years are gone? I've spent last 2 years with the person. What? So this is what unfreezing. And then learning new concepts, new meanings. This is very important, from the old concept, very important, from the old, because you are always learning from the old. Even if you are not aware, our past experiences, they do impact a lot on our behaviors and so on. Should they impact? Should they not impact? That is again a different debate. I think they should not. Yeah. But they do. They do. Our past experiences do impact on our future actions. They should not, many times, but they do. Yeah. So look into this. Very interesting. So again, Sachin's model, unfreezing, 3-step model: unfreezing, learning new concepts, and then refreezing. Yeah, so you can, when you are analyzing any change situation, someone is telling you their situation, they are going through change, you now can use this model to see where they are they, have they are they unfrozen, are they reflecting on it, learning about it? Now second stage, and they are ready to internalize, because you cannot internalize on stage 3 if you have not gone through the process of reflection, where you went wrong, analyzing yourself. Yeah. But then some people would not do that. They would just, they would just skip unfreezing, and they would not spend time on stage 2, and they would just refreeze on a new dimension without going through step 1, step 2. We see this all the time. Like, people break up with someone and they right away they have a new relationship. What happens after that? Many times that they have the similar type of ending, and then they go to the next relationship and the same type of. Because why? Because they did not think, they did not reflect, where did they go wrong? What do they need to do differently next time? In the jobs, yeah, same thing. So look into this material and reflect on it, and reflect in your life examples also. Yeah, I was saying, so this is the learning dip. Some pictures are there on the website, and when you will look at different books, they are going to talk about different, different, they will label it differently. uh, Recall the points Luke was making. Unconscious incompetence, then conscious incompetence, like you know that you are incompetent, is consciously, then conscious competence. When you are working on something consciously, only then you are competent. And then unconscious competence. Yeah. Let me explain it with some example. Um, Driving a car, let's continue with that because I spoke about it. First you have unconscious, first you have conscious incompetence. You are conscious in your senses and you know that you don't know how to drive. So you have the incompetency to drive the car and you are conscious. Yeah, then you have conscious competence, meaning that you have the competence to drive the car, but you have to be conscious about it. You have to see where the gear is, where everything is, what is happening on the road, right, left, everything. You are sitting very attentive, all of those things. So you have the competence, but only when you are conscious. And then after experience, years of driving, then you have unconscious competence of driving. Now you have competence, and that is unconscious. You are not thinking about so much. Just driving, it is coming naturally to you. Just like when you wake up, when you woke up this morning today, what did you do? Um, were you doing those things consciously? Or those were unconscious things? Those are the things which you do normally whenever you woke up. Whenever you woke up, you just, on your side table there is your phone, and you go right to your phone unconsciously, and then you are consciously looking into different apps and spending time there, and unconsciously you are saying, okay, let me make some breakfast, or let me take a shower, or whatever. The way you come out of your bed, are you coming consciously? When you open your eyes, are you consciously aware that, okay, I've opened my eyes, okay, I'm alive? Most people don't. Very few people are consciously, they wake up consciously. And Luke explained it very nicely using examples there. So please reflect on those examples which he was giving there. The same thing with the change. It's important to understand where the person is on this curve and so on. Kubler-Ross model, again, I have posted some pictures, just to, if you see, for example, this type of picture. So in this one they have included moving on. Yeah, moving on. No, nothing, don't worry about that. Yeah, it's okay. Moving on, you can also add something to this. So you can create your own grief model from this, your own grief model, because maybe this does not apply to you. Maybe there is some other thing which you do in between. Maybe you don't get angry. You're not someone who get angry. Yeah. Maybe you are someone who don't get depressed. Maybe you are, for example, by grace of God, I have never experienced what is depression in my life. I don't know what it is, but I empathize with people who do. I know this is real. People do get depressed. That is fine. But personally speaking, I did not get. Maybe God is kind. I never had that type of situation where I have to get depressed. So touch wood, Alhamdulillah, everything is fine. So, but people are different. So you have to now see where are you, and if you get angry, then anger management, if whatever, and adding something, no problem in that. Personally speaking, I think these models are just there to give you some some pointers, and you can then see what works for you and what does not. Yeah. Virginia Satter model, for example, I showed you a picture of that. This is a different uh, picture, but it is the same thing. So what I'm trying to say, there are so many models which we are going to look at in next 3 days. Don't is the shape or context don't really matter, I think. What matters is that understanding what is happening on every level, and then you can give it the shape you desire or whatever. For example, look at this status quo, number one, then foreign element come, then with foreign element they have added resistance and denial. So it can be resistance, and resistance is too much that you leave. So it is, look at the arrow. It's leaving. You leave. Denial is too much that you leave. Yeah. And then look at this, chaos and the performance is going down. Remember, x-axis time, y-axis performance. Yeah. So chaos, big time chaos. And it is a possibility no one comes out of chaos. But then over a period of time, if the integration happens and your mental outlook, mindset, and then eventually maybe you will reach. So different things. Some videos I have posted on the website. Please spend some time in looking at them. Although this is a short one, 5 minutes, but it's very important. Personality tests and so on. But I think you should look into these things in your own time, and so on. Is one thing which I wanted to really discuss, and this is because we have been talking about change is hard and all of those things. So please pay attention to this clip which you are listening to now, and then we will have discussion.
You hear something a lot about change, and that is that people don't change because they're too lazy. I want to go to bat for the lazy people for a second, because I think that what looks like laziness is often exhaustion. Let me tell you about a fascinating study in psychology. So picture the scene. Some students come into a lab, and it smells amazing. Somebody's just baked fresh chocolate chip cookies. And in front of them is a table, and on the table are two bowls. And one of the bowls has the fresh baked chocolate chip cookies. The other bowl has a bunch of radishes. Now, some of the students are asked to eat a couple of the cookies, but to leave the radishes alone. Another group of students is asked to eat several of the radishes, but to leave the cookies alone. Now, while these radish eaters are sitting there nibbling on this rabbit food, the researchers go out of the lab. They're trying to induce temptation. They're trying to see, will these radish eaters sneak a cookie? It's kind of sadistic when you think about it. But the radish eaters are strong. They resist the cookies. Not a single one of them sneaks one. And meanwhile, as you can imagine, the cookie eaters don't experience the same kind of temptation to binge on the radishes. So, study appears to be over. And then both groups are asked to go on to a second step that doesn't appear to be related. It looks like a kind of logic puzzle where they're asked to trace out a complicated geometric shape without raising their pencil above the paper. Unbeknownst to them, this task was designed to be impossible, can't be done. The researchers simply wanted to see how long they would persist in a difficult task. Well, so the cookie eaters, they try and they try and they try, and they go on for an average of 19 minutes trying to solve this impossible puzzle. The radish eaters, they last on average 8 minutes. Why this huge gap? Well, the answer may surprise you. The radish eaters ran out of self-control. After they were reining themselves in, resisting those cookies, they didn't have enough energy left to rein themselves in to keep doing a frustrating task. And this is something that psychologists have proven again and again. Self-control, in the broad sense of the term, meaning anytime we're really monitoring our own behavior carefully, is exhaustible. That helps to explain some common things we all experience, like when we're at work and it's been a really hard day and we come home and we're more likely to snap at our partners or to eat more than we should. Now, here's why all of this matters for change situations. Because in almost every change situation, what we're doing is we're substituting new, unfamiliar behaviors for behaviors that are older and more comfortable. And that burns self-control. So think of your morning routine, for instance. You have a way, a system for showering and brushing your teeth, and you've been doing it for so long it's unconscious, it's effortless. What if you wanted to redesign the whole thing from top to bottom? You could do it, but it would take tremendous self-control. You would have to monitor yourself every second of the morning. And by the time you got to work, you'd be mentally exhausted. What looks like laziness is often exhaustion. Change simply wears people out. Even well-intentioned people will simply run out of self-control after a while. To learn more about this very interesting research in psychology, come pay us a visit at Fast.
Yes, very interesting, interesting reflection on why change is so hard. Because it takes a lot of energy when we are trying to make some changes, especially link it with the conversation we just had a while ago. Like, consciously, we are doing many things unconsciously. We are not even thinking about them, how we are doing that thing. So when we are just unconsciously doing things, that is our habit, that is our second nature. So it's coming easy on us, and we don't have to pay any mind to it. And the simple examples which they gave, and all of us can try those examples, like what side of the bed, for example, you sleep on, right side or left side. So if you sit on right side, then tonight maybe try on the left side and see, um, are you comfortable on that side, or is some a little bit of a resistance you're going to feel. It's a simple with this simple exercise. When you wake up, don't do the things which you do unconsciously. For example, you just wake up and maybe check your phone or whatever you do. Try to change your routine a little bit. Uh, like, try to see whatever you do, you are doing it consciously. Like, for example, even now, are you listening to me consciously, or you are listening to me unconsciously? Yeah. Where is your attention? Where is your focus? Is your focus on 25 more minutes? What are we going to do in that, or something else? What is your focus, your energy, where it is going? So and whenever you will try to do something which is not a status quo, not a regular thing for you, then it is going to take energy from you. And whenever you are um, that energy is limited. When we sleep, we should get energized. That is how sleep should be for everyone. And when we wake up, we should feel energized. Everyone should feel energized. uh, Not everyone feel energized when they wake up. Sometimes people feel tired, but that is how sleep should be. You sleep, and when you wake up, you should be energized. And then you see that after the day, in the night, your energy level is low. It's not as high as the time where you woke up. Like in Hong Kong now, it is late in the night. Of course, the energy level is going to be a little bit down. But when those Hong Kong friends from Hong Kong are going to wake up in the morning, then again the energy level would be high. So what I'm trying to say, and please pay attention, is that when you are going through some change situation, or you want to put yourself into some change situation, please see where your energy level is. If you are asking other people to change, please see where their energy level is. And what do we mean by that? What is happening in their life? What is happening? You are in the organization, and you have people working for you, and you are trying to put some change, maybe modernizing the organization, maybe bringing in new ways of doing things. You need to understand your people, and understand what is happening in their life, like in their private personal life. What are the things they are going through in their home? What is happening in their family? Other things which they do. Where is their energy going? You need to do that to understand where their energy level is. Yeah. In other words, in very simple words, very simple words, if you have some worker who is already drained because of some family situation, who is already going through so many things in their private personal life, maybe this is not the right time for them to join the change initiative, because change is going to require energy, mental energy, physical energy, also outside of the technical know-how and the know-how of the models, which we have looked 3 4 models, and we are going to look at models, no problem in that. But that energy factor is not there, the change is not going to be successful. Why? Because they have so many things going in their life, so many projects, and they are taking all the energy. It's not going to work out. So see which are the people who have that energy, who have that energy to go through in the change process, who can take that and the emotional level, psychological level. They have the experience, they have, you know, gone through these type of things. You have to have those type of members in the in the surroundings. And for yourself also, if you are like, you know, you are already tired, and you are already exhausted, and you are trying to bring in a new habit in your life, it will be difficult. It will be very easy for you to go back to the old status quo, old habits, because you don't have that energy, you don't have that that fire in you. So first you need to ensure that the people who are in any type of change situation, look at their their energy level. And you know, this takes me to the pointers which Dwayne was making. Yeah. Where he was telling that he has, you know, high expectations from himself, and then you don't understand something maybe, so you are going to feel a little bit, you know, a little bit of a jittery, you know, a little bit of a depression is going to, maybe some depression is maybe wrong word, but that type of nervousness is going to come. So please pay attention to these to these pointers. I think very important. Energy level. Yeah, someone is not helping you in the change process. They don't have energy. Give them time to rest. Yeah, it is, you know, tell them, okay, maybe you need a break. Maybe you just need a break. Just go out. Just go out. We'll talk about it later. Go out. Take a day off. Go drive out. Go on a long drive. Go for a walk. Yeah, just even when you are drained yourself, you know, you have so many things going on, just take a little bit of a break, no problem. It is a difficult day today, so many things to do, you are tired, go and sleep for 3 4 hours, no problem. Nothing is going to happen to productivity, it is going to increase, you know. It is going why is it that, you know, these companies like Facebook, Google, you know, how they set up their workplace? And I will speak about these things in our productivity and quality management course more detail. They give you time and space to do different type of things in the environment. They are not looking at you all the time what you are doing. They give you, you know, a little bit of a time there to um, how you want to manage your time. I think these things are very important. I hope you will reflect on it. Another video I want to uh, watch together when we are working with other people. I think this is something which you should pay attention to. A little bit of some strange remarks. Our friend, you might feel that the remarks are a little bit strange, but the person who is making these comments, he is the top guy in the field, John Cotter, professor at Harvard University. He really understands change dynamics, and he's going to make some interesting comments. I don't know how you will react to that, so let's listen to this one.
I have it for you, and then I'll back up and explain why it's important. In a change process, you will always find around you some people who basically always say, no, no. And they really strongly mean that. These are the guys that resist to the death. We have a tendency to try to pull them in, to co-opt them into the process, to work away and change their minds. And my tip is forget it. Get them out of the way, no matter who they are in terms of power or relationships to you, because if you let them inside the tent, they will do so much damage that the change will be undermined. Now, let me back up. I have yet to see a major change go on in a company or a government organization where you don't find at all levels some people whose reaction to any new strategy or idea is no, no. Now, some of these people, if they're in powerful positions, will be very upfront about you. Some won't. They'll be very quiet, but that's what they're thinking and that's what they're feeling. And the tendency that I see all too often, and that I think I would have done myself 10 years ago before I saw through studies the problems with this, is to say, well, if only we can spend a little bit more time with George here, we'll win him over. Or, you know, he's important enough that we've got to kind of co-opt him. We'll make him a part of the key team. And if we pull him in, eventually we'll work him down. He'll feel some ownership with this program, and that'll take care of that. My observation has been, if they're strong enough no-nos, it's hopeless. It's absolutely hopeless. And the only alternative you have is to get them out of the way, distract them, keep them out of the way, because the mischief they can do is almost endless. The mischief, for example, in just smiling at you and say, yes, yes, but then going behind because you don't pay attention to them anymore and doing things that undo changes you've made, talking to groups over here saying, you know, this is a little nuts, and beginning to win them over, of promising to do something and then, oh gosh, I forgot, or I had this other priority, and it slows you down. The mischief they can create is just about infinite. I think most of us do not like the idea of saying, he's hopeless, we got to get him out of this and keep him out of this somehow. I think most of us don't like that. But I think in cases of significant change, when you've got the no-nos around, that's the only solution. Really, the only solution.
I find this very, very interesting, especially when we are living in the world where we want to incorporate, different type of thinkings and different behaviors, and we like to be inclusive and we like to involve other people and say, okay, all right, you have this way of thinking, you come in. You have this type of thinking, you come in, and we talk about diversity, inclusiveness, these type of things, and in that background, the the person who really know these type of things and know about resistance to change, and we are going to look at that in next meetings in more detail. He's telling us very clearly that sometimes it is very hard to convince people because they have their own way of doing things. You can change people, yes, but it takes a lot of time and effort. And please pay attention. People don't change when you are asking them to change. It might seem that way. You might see that, okay, you said something to someone and they changed, and you might feel that they changed because of you. No, they did not change because of you. They changed when they were ready. So maybe when you are saying it at that point in time, they were ready about that change. They said, okay. Generally speaking, again, different people are different. Generally speaking, people change when they are ready, when they have accepted, when they see that something is in it for them. just like we were talking yesterday. That is the general tendency. And to change people's habit or the way they think, it's a really long-term project. It is a really long-term project, and we know that from looking at our own habits. From the last clip, he was talking about the way we take shower. Next time you are taking shower, I hope you will take shower in some time. I hope you take showers every day. So next time when you are taking shower, just see how you take shower, and then next time you say, is it different? No, it's the same. How you catch your soap, how you put shampoo, how you rub the soap on your body, everything, your movements, how you enter in the shower, how you come out, it's the same. Unconsciously you are, not consciously you are doing those things. So those are your habits. So to change them, especially in the organizational settings, to change people's behavior, um, uh, it can be very, very tricky. So John Cotter, professor in the field of change management, he's saying that in those type of situations, spend some time with people, tell them why it is important, why change, tell them, explain them the reason, rational. Listen to them also, take feedback, try to incorporate there what they are saying, incorporate that also if you have time, why not? Yes, do those things. But after some time, if you feel that the person is not giving you support, no matter who they are, you have to maybe change direction from them. Otherwise, as we saw in the clip, he was saying that the mischief they can create in the company, that is so big that it will be very difficult to look into this. We looked at some individual change today, some change models, try to have a little bit of a discussion. You saw very interesting clips just a while ago. Please see if anyone can add some pointers, any story, anything. Anything if someone can add, that would be nice. Um, any thoughts coming to your mind when you saw these clips? Why change is hard? Maybe because you are tired, that is why it is hard. And John Cotter's clip, where he is saying that let go people if they are too much resistance, maybe just let them go. Or other type of things which we are discussing. Any comments, any things which you would like to? We still have 10-15 minutes. We can spend them in a nice way. Yes, Arto, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So just watching the video, there's quite a few things that came to mind, but just an example that I guess you can relate to. You were talking about yesterday how every New Year's you want to get fit, but then you can only manage it for, say, a few days. And I had this issue for a long time as well. In the video we watched about how adding new things to your routine causes exhaustion. And I could really relate to that. And I guess that's kind of what gets to us. It's the exhaustion, and we kind of want to go back to our comforts, so we stop. So I guess what I did personally, because I managed to achieve this, is I just kind of used willpower, and I added, like, if I really didn't feel like working out, I'd like slowly add something, maybe do a little bit, but make sure I didn't ever quit completely, just to make sure that it builds into routine, so that now you can, like if you feel you don't really feel like not working out because it's in your routine, it's like, of course I do this now. Same as, showering, you do the same thing every day. So if it's in your daily routine to do something, then of course there won't be exhaustion or nearly as much exhaustion from it.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very nice point, Arto. And we never use this term, how Arto expressed, not yesterday, not today. He's saying build in routine. So routines are very powerful when you are talking about change. Routines, like if it is in your routine, then you are going to doing these things unconsciously. So it is not going to take so much energy out of you. So that is why very important to look at your habits and which habits you incorporate in your routines. I think this is extremely powerful point which Arto has made. So build in routine, the change which you want to bring in, built in routine. And Arto is saying maybe slowly, gradually, step by step, even when you don't want it, do a little bit, do a little bit. And Doane made the similar type of comments also, like, step by step sometimes. Yeah, very interesting. Thanks for the pointers,
I
Arto.
actually had
Next.
another point, just really quickly.
Yeah, please go
So
ahead. Please go
for
ahead.
this Virginia model, I remember at a past place I worked at, we had these devices that we made sales on. So we would sell construction materials to like building companies, and we got new devices. And of course, you can see it's the foreign influence new device. Oh, this is the worst device ever made. How could they possibly use this? It's terrible. And then you give it a month, and everyone's like, oh, this is amazing. You can do so much more with it. And it's just, once again, I can really relate to these models.
Oh yes, this is great because this happens all the time. You put in
Yeah.
anything new, people are going to show resistance. So at that time, you just need to understand the psyche of change. That anything new, many times people are going to give resistance, not because the product or service is not good, because it challenges their status quo. So they want to just do the old, go back to the old habits. They are resisting. Let them have those things for some time. And as Arto is saying, after a month, 2 months, 3 months, they are saying, "Oh, this device is so good; it made our life easy." Very
Yeah,
good, great
exactly.
example, Arto. And look at how Arto linked his experiences with the models. Yeah, I think this is a very good technique. You need to reflect on those models and see how you have seen or observed them in your life so you can implement them going forward. A great contribution, Ardo. Loved it. Thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, next one.
Hi, I just want to add something to the video we've seen about resistance to change. I feel like sometimes a person is like unwilling to change. So sometimes you want to help that person to change, but if a person is like unwilling to change, then I feel like as a man already has said, like you can't do anything about it, because like the first steps we've already discussed it, like the first steps was actually like denial and ignorance from the problem, because sometimes people are like in denial, they just don't see they're actually damaging the situation or damaging another person. So they claim that, what I've already said in the comments, they claim that they have no control over their behavior, so they don't see their actions actually, so they don't think about it, so they're actually not contemplating about it. And that's why I always say, like, change comes actually from the inner self. Change is only initiated from your own desire. So you can help a person with changing, but if that person doesn't support you, like if the person doesn't accept it, then I feel like you can't do anything about it. So that's why it's like dangerous to always be to always like support someone to change, because sometimes a person only changes because of you, and you don't know like if that's like really sincerely if that's actually like sincere. So yeah, that's just what I want to say.
Beautiful. Thanks very much, Sumaya. Excellent points. Very profound. Very profound. Profound. The motivation for change, why the person is changing, all of those things. And I was listening to this talk last night before going to bed, and it comes in my mind as Sumaya is talking. Like, all the guy was saying that all the important answers from which you are seeking, all the important answers, they come from within. They don't come from outside. They come from within. Um, and the readiness of the person you are trying to change. Somaya is talking about that. So when you want to change someone, but did you make them ready for that change also? Did you help them to be ready for that change? You want to change people, but did you do anything to make them ready for that change? That is important. You need to make them ready also for that change. So it is not just you asking people to change around yourself, in your private personal life, in the organization. No, first make them ready, as Sumaya is talking about. Make them ready. Very good, excellent point. Keep it up. Yes, next one.
Hey.
Yes, Mona.
Just about that you said that I'm gonna go to gym and stuff, and then a couple of days or weeks later, it's like done. There's like, I guess there's millions of people like that. But good for Arto, you did it. But about 3 years ago, we were in US, like before what's this, Corona. We traveled there quite often to see my sister, and we were kind of eating a lot of like desserts and candy and stuff. And I just decided that okay, when we get to Finland, I try how many days I can be without candy. And that's only candy. So now it's like 3 years and 2 months or so. And it doesn't even, feel bad anymore if I put some candy to kids on Fridays or something, if the husband is eating a chocolate when he's watching TV or something. But I'm happy that in Finland we have really, really high taxes in everything. So because candy have more taxes than cookies and ice cream, so now you can eat the cookies that taste same like the candy. So I can still eat cookies even I'm not eating candy. Yeah, but I don't know. Was it yesterday? I was going to say about like changing stuff at work, especially because I've been in IT work like quite many years, about 20 years. Like if you have to change like the operating system, like we did last time to Windows 10, and then there's always someone who's complaining about it, and I don't wanna, and react it, how you call it. But then you just have to tell them that why it's a good thing, and you're gonna learn it and stuff like that. But whatever happens when it's something IT, there's always someone who say I don't wanna, because it's complicated and it's new, and because I've been doing like this like 7 years.
Yeah, very, very good. Yes, this is always in the IT. These type of things happen. Thanks for the pointers. Yeah, we're going to take the last one and conclude there. Yes, Abu, please go ahead. You are making the concluding remarks now. So help us to align everything together, and I'm sure you can do it. Do a good job in that. Yes, Abu.
I just want to quickly point out, I will not take so much time because everybody want to go home or stop the classes, because like sometime in an organization you cannot like if somebody does not want to change, you just cannot leave him or her, and as well as in our life also, like for example our partner or our boyfriend girlfriend, if they don't want to change, then according to our speaker, we have to leave them. But it's not like realistic. You cannot do it in a working life as well as in a personal life also. So my proposal is that if you can explain him or her or every person, like for example, if we can explain someone that Windows 10 is much better than Windows 7 in security wise and working wise, and if like communication is the key, I think in this case. So if you can communicate good way, then I think everybody will accept. Everybody want to get benefit or easy work. So I think everybody wants security. So if you can explain right way, I think everybody will be accept this and everybody will be on board, because we don't want to left someone in like outside of our boat. So that's my point.
Very interesting. And then again, communication is coming again. You will have to really communicate with people, to make them understand these type of things, and they will have to communicate with you to share their resistance and all of those things. And then communication is, it takes time to really communicate and understand the people there. Right? Yes, cheers all. Have a good one. Enjoy your night. Cheers.